Welcome to episode 7 of The Streak. I'm your host, Tim McDonough, joined as always by former Defiance baseball mentor Tom Held and current Defiance baseball head coach and longtime co-head coach Rick Weaver. And we have a special guest tonight, former assistant coach Mark Vittorio, and seniors from the 2012 team that finished 30-2 and ran the streak in the Western Buckeye League to 59 straight games. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, Tim.
Great to be here.
Thanks, Tim.
Glad you guys are here. So let's introduce these guys and see what you guys have been up to before we hop into that season. We're joined by Joe Gentili, Anthony Kidston, Jay Boy. How's it going? Good to see you.
Good.
Shay Addison Murray. Nice to see you again. Mark and other seniors on that team included Tyler Batt and Taylor Cooper. Like I said, you guys went 30-2, but we'll get into that. First off, let's start with you, Joe. What have you been up to since high school, and tell us about life?
Yeah, went and played baseball at a D2 school, Hillsdale College. Graduated from there, started working at Hans Financial, still there as a financial advisor. Married my lovely wife, Holly, and we've got a 15-month-old daughter, Gianna.
Very nice.
Awesome.
AK, how about you?
Went to the University of Louisville after high school. Played 4 years there. I was fortunate to play in a couple College World Series. Played with the Royals in the minor leagues for just about a year, and bounced around quite a bit after got done playing. Tried to figure out what I want to do in life, and led me back home to old Pioneer, Ohio, where I've been 3 years working at Artesia Pioneer and head baseball coach at North Central. So life's been pretty good to me.
Very nice. Nick, how about you?
Yeah, I went to Bowling Green State University for 4 years. Actually lived with J-Boy there for 3 of those years. Got an education degree, and then I met my then girlfriend, now wife, Olivia, and we moved down to Bloomington, Indiana for about 4 years, where I worked for a contracting logistics company. Ended up moving back home about 4 years ago now, and now I am one of the caddy masters at Inverness Club in Toledo. So yeah, I've been just doing that and slinging caddies for members and guests and stuff at Inverness and having a good time golfing.
Still waiting for my invite to Inverness.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Come on.
Hey,
Are
I
we
come
kidding
first.
right now?
Sounds like
I
a
come
lot.
first.
Oh,
Everyone
we all know
relax.
J-Boy's got the invite.
I know
Alumni
you're up this
outing.
way, Nick. We'll have to hang out sometime.
The crazy thing, Gabe was the golfer, Nick wasn't the golfer, and he's got the golf job.
Yeah, it was funny because when we were growing up, Gabe famously in our family quit football, and we were supposed to play football together, but he bowed out on that after he got hurt. And then he always made fun of me because I was a football player, and he's like, "Oh, you're going to just abuse your body, and I'm going to be able to golf for the rest of my life," and yada yada. And now I golf way more than that. Actually beat him for the first time last year. It was great.
Wow, that's wow. Really
Yeah.
good.
Very good.
Well, he's easy to beat when he shoots a 103 as a freshman in a varsity match.
Jacob,
Nine
How
holes.
about you? 9 holes. Wow. Jacob, how about you? What have you been up to?
Yeah, so I went to BG like Nick said, and we roomed together there, and I had the opportunity in college to go see AK and Shay play. So we would always try to make it to see those guys play. But yeah, I'm teaching out at the high school. Got hired in right after college at the middle school there and coached basketball. I did baseball for 1 year and was one of the greatest negotiations I ever made was becoming the home coach. Somehow I just got to stay and be the home coach. So whoever was home, I was there. I don't really know how I did it, but so that was pretty fun. But yeah, coached basketball for a while, married my wife, Candy. And so we got a daughter, Dottie. She's about 1.5 years old now. So we're, both back here. She's teaching at Tenora. I'm teaching at Defiance. So we're, still here in town, which is good.
Very nice.
I mean, he
Nice.
forgot the best part of his life. He teaches with me every day and coaches golf with me. I mean, how can it get any better than that?
Well, you're coaching the golf. Did you just say that? You're coaching the golf guys? That's sick, dude.
Yeah. So
I've taught J-Boy a lot in the last 5 years.
It is. I've learned many things I didn't know about golf before.
How to throw your clubs?
Maybe.
We'll get into that at the end. Shay, how about you? What have you been up to since high school?
I went to Ohio State and I played there. I walked on as a pitcher, kind of. And then I transitioned to the outfield towards the end of my time there. And then the Pirates drafted me in 2017. And I played for 5 years with the Pirates and got up to AAA and was kind of knocking on the door. And then they released me. And then I made the decision to retire. Married Rachel, who a lot of you guys know. We've been dating since my sophomore, junior year in high school. And we lived in Chicago for some time. And I took a job with a real estate development company in Chicago. And then we had our first kid, Morgan, who's now 2.5. And then we moved back to Columbus, and we just had my daughter, who's 8 months now. So that's what I'm doing. Still working for the same company in a fully remote capacity, but I got to travel a lot back to Chicago. So,
Oh, very nice. Mark, you welcome. We good to see you. What's new with you? What have you been up to since we last saw you, or I last saw you?
I don't remember that. That guy down there hasn't aged very well.
That-
What player was he?
It's what have I been doing? Still paying for my kids' college. And all the damage done at the BG University.
That's crazy.
No.
You're on the 50-year plan, right?
If you're paying for college, you missed me.
No, I just become a grandpa over the years and enjoying my grandkids and still working. Just turned 60 yesterday.
oh, dude, happy
So
belated.
I'm the
Happy
big
birthday.
60 now. That's why I look older. But
Just happened overnight.
yeah, my beard turned overnight. So
I hope to look
what's
as
going
young as
on.
you when I'm 60, Mark.
yeah, still married to my lovely wife and support her, Heather Vittorio. So that's a good thing. So
Well,
other than
welcome,
that, I'm just
everybody.
living and loving life.
Glad to hear it, for real. And welcome, everyone. You guys ready to talk about the 2012 season?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see what you don't remember. I was told I had to say that line again. All right, guys, let's hop into it. Now, it was kind of a crazy year. You guys started your first 4 games in the WBL were on the road. April 3rd was the opener at Kenton. You guys won 11-1. Winning pitcher, Rob Ziegler, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 11 Ks. Dom got in for the last inning, 1 inning, no hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 1 K. You scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth, and 3 in the seventh. Anthony Kitston, 2 for 3 with a double. Joe Gentili, 2 for 4. Rob Ziegler, 1 for 3 with a double. Austin Hancock, 2 for 4, double, and 2 runs. You guys finished with 8 hits. Now, I've been told several times that you guys have never lost to Kenton. Just jinxed you again, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Do you guys remember anything about win number 51 in the streak to
Who'd
start
you say
your
came in
2012?
after Robbie?
Dom.
Had to be Don Gentili, right?
Yeah. Dom.
He pitched Dom.
And I
Dom
gotta
Gentili.
say, just
Game
listening
one.
to episode 6, it's crazy to hear about all the guys that like you all the years of arms, like just out of nowhere, random guys like, yeah, he was pretty good. And Dom, he could really throw it too. He's really good.
We won 11-1. Coach brought him in, cleaned up. He was fine. Get him out.
I remember Dom pitching less than I remember Cam Steikman pitching. I cannot remember. I do not remember us ever putting Dom on the bill.
Dom was a sophomore, and he had been pitching growing up, and he had some arm issues, I think. Didn't he his junior year?
At the
or
end,
sophomore?
yeah. I think it was
maybe
senior.
and then he didn't pitch after that.
Yeah.
Other guys came in. Here's one kind of funny thing from the game. It was a 4-0 game with Kenton going into the 6th. And here's a little trivia. somebody led off the inning with a hit by pitch. Who do you think that was?
Nick
Vittorio.
Nicky V.
The record setter.
He chased that record. I've never seen a pro player chase a record more than that guy, but he did. And he got the record that year. And the crazy thing is that next year, his good buddy Weston beats the record.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Didn't know that.
I'll never forget. I don't know if this game was included, but at one point in the season, Coach Weaver came up to me before I was like the first at bat to lead off the inning. And he was like, lately it seems like you've been just trying to get hit by the ball instead of hitting the ball. And I was like, Coach, I'm just trying to get on base. And I got hit. And I got hit 5 games in a row, I remember. And I think this was probably the 3rd game in a row that I got hit. And I got the first, and Coach Weaver's like, any way you can get on, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, was this before or after you lost a bucket of balls?
It was after. I'm looking at the schedule.
It was
so if we back up before we did that 3-way at Eastwood.
Eastwood, yeah.
We played, and I was in charge of the Pearls for the season. And we had 70 something. And I remember you guys always said, if you lose baseballs, you got to run a poll for them. And I don't know what happened, but on the way there, when we got out the bus driver was like, oh, you're just putting all your guys' stuff in the back. Like, you can put it underneath the bus. Like, there's storage underneath the bus. And I was like, I don't know. So then we played the games, whatever. And when we're getting back on the bus driver's like, no, seriously, put that bucket underneath here. It's going to be fine. And Shay was with me, and we were like, yeah, whatever, let's do it. And then we get off the bus when we get back to the high school, and the bucket of balls is gone. And Coach Held was convinced that Shay took him and hit him in his car, and we were going to bring it back out. So he just looks at me, and Coach Held goes, I don't know what we're going to do. That's 70 baseballs gone. And he's like, let's get it up. And so then we broke. And then I remember that next Monday, I was a teacher's aide for Coach Held. And it was like the last period of the day. And he's like, Nick, come here. So I went over to his desk, and he handed me his keys to the Fungo car. And he goes, go in my trunk and see how many baseballs you can get and put it in a bucket for today for the Pearls. And I go there, and this guy had 150 baseballs in his trunk. And I'm like, this guy was just yelling at us because we lost these baseballs. He's got 150 of them clean Pearls in his trunk. Unbelievable.
So Nick led off things 4-0 in the 6th, followed by 4 straight bunt hits by Austin Hancock, Dom Gentili, Jacob Moore, and Alex Smith to take it to 8-0 or 8-1 or whatever. So a hit by pitch and 4 bunt hits, and we scored 5 runs.
It's amazing how many times we've been recapping games, and it's big innings are hit by pitch, walks, errors, and bunts.
Yeah.
It's not 5 doubles in a row, I can tell you that much.
4 bunt hits in a row. God, that's just...
Don't take too much away from this group, Coach Weaver. They did hit 350 on the season and outscored their opponents 289 to 41. So,
Is that good?
Not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, not bad.
Had to be assistant coaching.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was, Mark. Did you write down what it was in the league? How they outscored opponents? I have it written down. I didn't know if you knew or not.
Release
80 to 6.
Oh, that's the new record.
Yep. 80 to 6.
It was 7, right?
Yeah.
Was it 07 that gave up 7?
Yeah. That's
12 was the best team of all time, so that does make sense.
Don't tell Alex. Wait, was Knox on 2010 one? Did you guys do?
Yep.
You guys did?
Oh yeah. Yes, he was. If you haven't seen that, that's definitely prime viewing right there. Anything else you guys want to say about the win over Kenton before we move on? All right, we're going to game 2. All right, April 5th at Elida. You guys won 20-1 in 5 innings. Winning pitcher, Anthony Kidston. 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 0 walks, 11 Ks. Taylor Cooper, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. Defiance, 1 in the 2nd, 8 in the 4th, 11 in the 5th. Scored 8 runs on 3 hits in the 4th. 7 of those runs came after 2 outs. Robbie Ziegler had a 3-run homer after starting the inning by striking out. You guys scored 11 in the fifth on 7 hits. Jacob Moore, a 2-run double and an RBI single. AK had a 2-run double. Weston Rivers, 2-run single, and Nick, a 2-run double in that inning. 13 hits. Jacob Moore, 3 for 3, double, 3 RBI, 2 runs. Nick,
Told you
1
we-
for 1, double,
I'm
2
done.
RBI.
I'm done making fun of you. I'm done.
AK, 2 for 4, double, 3 RBI, 2 runs. Joe, 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. Weston, 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. And Robbie, 1 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBIs. That's a pretty good day.
Am I tracking that? That was 4 innings by Anthony, 11 punches.
That's correct.
Yep.
I was just got no walks. I don't usually get no walks.
Yeah, no walks. Yeah.
No
You
walks.
guys remember anything at all about beating the crap out of Elida at Elida? 20 to 1.
Once again, that game was a going into the fourth. It was 1-0. I mean, so
It ends up 21.
I mean, so the game really
20 to
was
1.
a lot closer than the score came out, but it really wasn't 1-0 in the fourth.
I'm glad.
Wait,
I'm glad to
they were
see.
winning?
No, we were up
winning?
1. No, we were up 1-0
Yeah.
going into the top of the fourth, and that's when we scored all those runs with 2 outs.
Yeah.
See,
Who
Robbie
scored
escaped.
for Elida? Was it Reggie McAdams?
Reggie McAdams. Nope. But their starting pitcher was Dalton Martz. I don't know if you remember him, but his grandfather was a longtime Major League scout. Is actually in the Hall of Fame for scouting. And he's still, his grandpa Jim is still, and actually his grandpa signed me when I played. His grandpa. So he's in the Hall of Fame.
Was that a
He
cheap
signed-
way to get in there that you played professional baseball?
You know what?
And by the way, guys, I am a ex-Tiger.
I only wrote one note down. I go, remember on 2012, bring up the Elida game and say the Dalton March pitch.
He set like 6 reminders on his phone about that one.
He probably didn't sleep last night.
I did. I slept for 4 nights, B.
This with hearing J-Boy going 3 for 3.
Monster.
So all right, a lot of our current players are listening to these and they love them. They love hearing the old stories and everything. And now since we've got into you guys' era, they keep asking me like, was Mr. Moore really as good as you guys keep saying he was on there? I'm like, he was not that good, boys. He was not that good.
Smooth as butter. Smooth as butter.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him being smooth in Little League. You were like 10 on Eagles when my son Ryan played.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Then he moved away.
Yeah.
For a day.
For 2 days, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Anything to say? Go ahead, Tom.
Well, one thing about this group, I wish there was 6 of them on the night, but they still combine all the kids they have, still less than what Manny has in his house right now. So you guys got.
I started taking notes when I was hearing that earlier. Still never caught their names though.
I don't think
he doesn't even know him.
Remember him.
The only one he knew was Little Manny.
All right, guys. All right, let's move on to game number 3. All right. April 17th at Ottawa Glandorf. You guys won 6-0. Winning pitcher Rob Ziegler, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. You guys scored 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. Robbie had a 2-run double in the second. AK a 2-run shot in the fifth to stretch it out. AK 2 for 2, home run, 2 ribs, 2 RBI or 2 runs. Joe 2 for 4 with a double, and Robbie 2 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs. You guys finished with 9 hits. Again, on the road, 3rd straight game, streak at 53. You guys remember anything about going to OG that year? To Glandorf.
What was their catcher's name?
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Casey
same.
Schroeder.
Casey Schroeder.
Yeah, that was it.
And the dude was lightning fast. I
Yeah,
actually
he was
remember.
good.
I'm pretty sure he had a
was
stolen
fast.
base in that game. And I think it was the fastest pop time I ever had to second. And I cheated so bad. If that guy would have swung, you'd have broke my ribs. I didn't throw him out. He was safe. But
Was OG the place where they had the crazy umpire who would say the crazy stuff after like his counts?
The same two. They had the same two umpires for like 27 years, I think. But
because he would, if it was like 2-2, he'd be like 2-2, choo choo, like here comes the choo choo train. I just remember something about OG. It was either OG or Finley, one of those schools.
It was probably OG.
Yeah, I think it was OG.
I'm trying to remember. AK, what was your walk-up song your sophomore year? I always forget that.
Raining Man. Yeah. How could you forget?
I remember because I remember all the moms in the stand would stand up and start dancing, and you're like always shaking your head like, oh God.
Yeah, not gonna take credit for that one.
Hey, since Casey Schrader got a shout out on here, I'm going to advertise for him. I'm going to advertise it this way. So he has 5 or 6. Have you guys heard of Easy Eats?
Oh yeah,
Columbus. He has 5 or 6. So I would say, since we're giving him advertising, go to Easy Eats. And any Defiance baseball player, Casey gets a free meal at Easy Eats. So.
Oh,
That's nice of him. I didn't know he liked us.
Wasn't he committed to Kentucky for a minute?
That's right.
Yeah,
I thought he was too. Yeah, Kentucky.
I know he ended up going.
He was originally.
He started Kentucky, then didn't he go to Coastal?
Well,
yeah, he ended with Coastal.
He did.
He went JUCO first. Yeah,
Kentucky,
yeah.
JUCO, Coastal, and he missed the World Series, winning it all. But he graduated the year before. They won it all. Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep. He was good.
I remember
really
him.
good. He was really
Must
good.
have come to the Defiance catching camp.
Of course.
I think he did. He said it in his bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first thing in his bio, probably, right? Rick?
Yeah.
I think that's on every billboard for his restaurants.
Should be.
Anything else? Anybody want to add about the OG game?
Remember anything?
All right. So your next game was Wapakoneta at home on the 20th. And I say that you started your first 4 games on the road. That one was at home, but it got suspended and it ended up being the 9th game of the year. And we'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
But
I remember that.
So the next game on the road, April 24th at St. Mary's, you guys won 14-1 in 5 innings. Winning pitcher, Anthony Kitston, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 11 Ks. You scored 2 in the first, 8 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. In the third, Jacob Moore, a 2-run single, AK a 2-run double, AK 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Joe Gentili, 2 for 3, 2 runs. Robbie Ziegler, 2 for 4, 2 runs. Shea Murray, 2 for 3, 3 runs. And Jacob Moore, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Guys, remember anything about hitting the road to St. Mary's that year? And Mark, you can jump in here at any time if you have anything that you want to, remember.
Mine are all R-rated. I can't. No, I'm
Did you say Shea Murray had 2 singles?
Yeah, I have
he did runs.
2 for 3 with 3 runs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this. I don't remember the game, but I'm shocked we won 14-1 at St. Mary's because it seems like that's never an easy game down there. It is always close down there. So I'm shocked to hear that score.
Yeah, the only other game, Rick, that I can remember where you guys kind of put it on him was when Bills hit 3 home runs and struck out 15 and threw a 1-hitter, right?
Yeah. But that was still 7-0.
Yeah.
I just remember that field at St. Mary's. God, that thing, I feel like every time we showed up there, it's just like, man, let's just get this thing over with and get home. I don't know. I'm like,
especially if you had to play JVs because we dropped the bus off away from the varsity field. You had to walk by the varsity field all the way up to the JV field. And the guys had to carry the equipment. That wasn't probably very fun.
Yeah.
So.
And the JV field doesn't have a fence, right? Isn't that the one that has like the ditch in the outfield?
Now.
Didn't the JV field have a railroad track in the outfield?
No,
the football field, the old
that's
football
field.
It's the football field. Yeah, football field.
Beer cans
Yeah,
get
the
thrown
old
at
ones.
you.
Yep. Yeah.
V, do you not remember anything from any of these games yet?
No, I'm still clouded. Really, the only things I remember are the faux pas I made over the years that I don't want to bring up.
Well, what could you be talking about?
Well, like the no statement that I resigned.
I'm telling you what, we tell that story all the time, and that is the greatest story ever.
Did come up. So if anybody watched, no, did it come up?
Yeah, it did.
I think it's still. So now everybody knows who Coach V is. Who went that the no story. He's the one. We're not going to tell you what episode to listen to.
I think it was last episode. It was a recent one. We were talking about it.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy, though.
Okay. No one would have guessed you can jinx Bills, and you did. So
I know. Oh, well.
I do feel like the older you get, though, you know, I really haven't remembered much about these games, but I do remember just the guys, like the camaraderie. That's what they say. I remember more about going to breakfast before the games than some of the games. And
Amen. Amen.
I appreciate that the most, really, because
absolutely
what I remember every game that we've talked about is that we walked into that game knowing we were going to win. You know, and it wasn't cocky, it was confidence, but it was just a group of kids that we had. That's what I remember the most about these. I really do. Really, the only thing I remember a lot about that year was that Wapakoneta game, regional finals. I mean, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
But I
and
do
you know,
remember...
you're right, AK. You guys had an air about you that wasn't over the top. You were just comfortable in your own surroundings and ready to play ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the kids the stories I tell from that team is, my God, we had a kid on our team that never pitched a single inning in high school, played 5 years in the minor leagues, and you know, and our shortstop never missed a ball. Although I guess listening earlier, he may have missed one that season. But you know, that's the type of things that I remember from that season, especially.
I always just remember the practices and stuff because,
yeah.
And I remember Nick's HVP record, because how are you going to forget that? But I was a little disappointed to hear they got broke the next year. I did not know
Westo,
that. So
like, right away.
I thought for sure that thing was still going to be standing, because I heard Gaber say
about having funds in it.
I heard Gaber saying which Vittoria was better, and I thought only one's got the HVP record. So
no, but
it wasn't him, right?
I dropped there, but I was going to say, I don't know if you heard me. Like, I think we cared about having fun at practice more than we actually worried about winning, because we screwed around so much at practice.
Well, I was going to say, and it wasn't the Nafi fun. We were trying to get better, but you know.
except for when you guys would forget to wear your cups and work on the mounds and the bullpen and stuff for the whole practice.
Well, Nick, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, didn't we have like a bunch of rain out days in a row for practices, and then we played a couple games, and you're like, man, I figured out what it is with you guys. I can't stand practicing with you all, man. Gamers. Take it serious.
The one day we showed up, Shay was wearing these sunglasses that were super dark, and we're like, dude, it looks like those are like medical sunglasses. So we tried to convince Coach L and Coach Weaver that Shay was blinded by like a chemistry accident. And Coach Weaver, we were running the bases, and Coach Weaver said, all right, quit fucking around.
No, that's exactly right. We would have like a bunch of rainouts, and we just sit in Coach Weaver's office and basically just watch YouTube videos, and then wake up the next day and win 15-1. I mean, literally, that was like the whole season.
Hey, we got to quit saying how we just hung out in my room and did nothing. All the guys now are like, we don't ever get to go just sit in your room. Like, well, we got an indoor facility now. It doesn't matter what it is. We can practice.
Well,
hey, just put it this way: it was just the outfielders that did that, right, Jay?
Yeah.
we were working. The infielders and catchers were working.
Pad behind me from 10 feet away, and we're just scooping everything. And Coach L would get pissed because we're making all kinds of plays, and so then he just starts ripping them. And there's a line of 8 guys behind you, and you're jumping out of the way, and
Oh yeah, dude. We would peek open the gym door and be like, "No, dude, we're going right back to Coach Weaver's room."
The outfield. Now I did
The
feel
worst-
sorry, like the days where the outfielders have to go out in the parking lot. Like I just remember knowing
Oh
kinds
yeah.
of fits. Like we're not going out there. You know.
Oh, under 40, we're not going out. Watch the NCAA tournament. There's got to be a good game on.
The worst part about me not being
Jeez, dude.
Did he not pay his
better watch
drug
that, man.
bill?
outfield or infield was
That was gonna be
Shay,
good.
Shay, was it 2011 or 2012 where you wore the plastic bags on the outside of your shoes because you sit in the water in center field the whole year?
That was 2025. I still do that every time I shovel the driveway here. I'm not kidding, dude. And my son Morgan, when he helps me, I can put like little sandwich baggies on his feet. We do the same thing. I'll send you a picture.
Now, I have a question for you, Shay, because I think AK brought up a great point earlier. So, was it Tom's fault or Rick's fault that you didn't get to pitch in high school and then became a pitcher in minor league baseball?
It was nobody's fault. I mean, I pitched when I was obviously younger in little league and then coming to middle school and all that, but it started to be a thing where I felt like I wanted to play other sports, and it felt like I needed to buy into pitching if I was going to do it at Defiance. And I also just liked hanging out in Coach Weaver's room. So
So it's
I
Rick's
was gonna
fault.
say-
let's just put it like that. So yeah, that's great.
If it
That's
was
some good
anybody's
stuff.
fault, it was Tyler Batt's fault because he went 9-0 that year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
but also
Hank.
that last practice before regionals, I remember
Yeah, I remember that.
we were just begging Coach L, like, get Shay on the mound, get him on the gun. And he kept saying, no, you guys screw around too much. You guys screw around too much. Shay goes up there and pops 90 twice. And then he goes, oh, were you going to school? Ohio State. Oh, you could probably pitch there. Let me make a phone call.
no, he made me commit to the Bandits, dude. He said, no, he
I
said,
did. No, I did.
the only way I'm going to make any calls is if you agree to play for the River Bandits. Then I went to the Bandits and I played in the outfield mostly and had the most fun summer ever, but we still called Coach Beals.
That's awesome. That's great stuff.
It is. You know, Shay, by you getting drafted and never throwing an inning, that's when my wife and Coach Held's wife started referring to us as Dumb and Dumber. only you two could have a guy that gets drafted and you don't put him on the mound. And
Hey, I referred to you guys at it as a Wapak game when you wouldn't start it.
yeah, regional finals. Let's throw
Right.
the guy who hadn't thrown one inning.
We just
They
had to
wouldn't
buy a
have been ready
couple
for
of
him.
outs.
No, honestly
Right?
though, from 2012, that pitching staff is crazy.
Yeah.
Did Zig end up getting drafted or no? No. Okay, so we got AK who went to Louisville, played in the minors. We got Zig went to Kentucky, was our number 2. Number 3, we had Tyler Batt went and played D3 as a pitcher at ONU.
Northern, yeah.
We had number 4 Coop who played NAIA ball. at-
Westo.
Westo and
Westo.
Yeah.
Weston. We had and then we had the end of the story, Shay. But
Hanging
that
out,
was
picking up
crazy.
daisies in the outfield, man.
Well, not only did Shay
Um,
get drafted once, he got drafted twice. And
Yeah, don't forget.
and on the second time he got drafted, he didn't pitch that year either.
Yeah, you guys weren't the only ones, man. I was playing in the outfield at that time too.
Tell that story, Shay. Your season ends, and I shoot you a text and go, "Hey, you still want to play pro ball?" And
Well, at the end of that season, I was basically like ready to be done. I was taking job interviews. I was working. But we were kind of screwing around. It was just honestly, it's an identical story. We were screwing around like in the outfield there at Ohio State, and I said, "Let me get on the gun here." But that time, it was like 98 to 100, and so that's when we started calling people, and we were like, "Hey, you should come out here and see." And the draft was getting close, and so all the scouting had kind of been done. That was in 2017. And so there was nothing else for the scouts to do. So we literally held like a showcase. We had like probably 10 to 12 scouts come out to the Ohio State field. And I tried to make it a showcase for like all my guys. So we had like all the seniors that were hitting BP and throwing pens. But yeah, and then that bullpen kind of got me drafted. I sat 99 basically that whole pen. I had a bunch of people that wanted to come back out again the next week. So I decided to throw again the next week. And then I tore my UCL in that bullpen. But don't tell the Pirates that because then they covered my elbow surgery. So
Crazy story. Great.
Kind of like we
That's
covered.
good stuff.
Kind of like we covered your cleats. We covered your gloves in high school.
oh yeah, yeah. I kept picking cleats out of the. I did that for soccer too. Just pull them out of the utility shed. And I used a TPX Air for a couple games that I found like near the tamp in the utility shed.
Then you went to Nakona.
Yeah, the Kona. Dude, that Kona, I had two
Kona.
of those. I used those my freshman year at High State too.
That's some good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Game number 5, streak up to 55 at home against Van Wert. You guys won 7-0. Winning pitcher Rob Ziegler, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 13 Ks. Scored 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 4 in the 6th. Broke it open with a 2-run single by AK in the 6th that game. AK 1 for 4 with the 2 ribbies. Robbie 2 for 2 with the double. Jacob Moore 1 for 2, triple, 2 RBI. And Dom Gentili 1 for 2 with 2 runs. Any thoughts on Van Wert, whom you've also never lost to, according to Rick?
That's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's 2
Gotta
of
be
them.
careful.
I'll give you a thought. It sounds like J-Boy raked this season. Holy
Hey.
cow. Dude, every one of these. Jacob Moore.
Give me
2 for 3 with a
J-Boy's
triple.
WBL average. That's
J-Boy
I
hit
was gonna
333 his senior year. Yeah, 333.
The issue
Hall
was
of Fame.
the issue was the more of the 5'7" small guy who's maybe getting 1 for 3 but striking out twice a game. You know? That really
Amen.
that set Coach Weaver off. How was this little guy striking out so much?
I don't know what you're
Strikeout
talking about. I
looking?
never got upset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
a lot
strikeout look at now Shea. That's another thing. Shea was really good at a lot of things, but he also mastered the late swing on a called third.
Oh, yeah.
It would be in the catcher's mitt, and then you'd see Shea just with this little
Trying to get the catcher's interference.
Yeah, catcher's interference.
No, dude, I had
Poles,
General
poles.
Mental. Yeah, no pole.
Poles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strikeout looking was way
Yeah.
more polls.
Hey, J-Boy, according to
That's
the stats, Shea did that 26 times that year.
Oh, geez.
It's
Yeah.
26 less polls.
Nailed it.
I wasn't smart enough to do that. I just turn around and
Jay struck out
That's what I was talking
26 times.
Yeah, man, that was trash.
I
26
would have
times?
never guessed that.
He had 392 on the season. So
I knew he hit. I would have never guessed he struck out much.
I feel like
Shay's-
a lot. I felt like a lot of our just thinking back to. I always felt like too we were such a once a couple guys got going, I felt like we would just blow games open left and right. Like we would just get that, AK go up there and he's so solid. Ziggy was so solid. Joe, all those guys. It's like, and you just got that feeling like, all right, we're about to string it together right here. So we'd go through lulls, but man, I always felt like when we got people on base, it's like all of us were just licking our chops kind of thing,
yeah. Well, you and Nick in the 8-9 hole got on base all
Yeah.
year that year too. And
Yeah.
got things started for the top of the boy. That's demoralizing to a pitcher.
Right.
Knowing Murderer's Road's coming up, and then 8-9, and you guys did that all year long. All
Yeah,
year.
they see me waddle up to the plate and they're like, no, wait, he's not done.
With this guy is what they were thinking, right?
Yeah. No, the first thing that I would do when I get into the box is I would destroy the chalk line and then I would stand so close to the plate and then they would just be pissed. The catcher would be like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
This is where I stand.
They didn't know if Nick was a right-hand hitter, left-hand hitter, or a middle hitter. He was a middle hitter.
The other thing I was going to say, I
Go
think
ahead.
goes unnoticed, and we talk about Shea a lot, but his biggest talent was the MVP chart of writing down general mentals.
Come on.
I mean,
yeah.
there was nothing more entertaining than reading a general mental that Shea Murray wrote down.
Yeah.
Paragraph. It'd be a paragraph.
It
Go
really
back
was.
to the ball.
If you're going to do something, man, you better do it well. Huh? Well, plus it would be so serious. Coach Held would be so mad, dude. And then it'd be just hard to keep a straight face when you're reading that. It's funny. Anthony said earlier, like just the stuff that you remember. Dude, I don't remember any of these games, but I remember just like screwing around so much in the dugout. You know what I mean? Like when you said that, Nick, I was thinking about walking back to the dugout and just like pounding the ceiling to the shoot. What was the song with the girl that's like, ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
This is what I'm talking about. It's just like random stuff like this that I remember.
I remember you would text me from center field.
Yes, I remember that too.
Oh, yeah.
There were games.
I didn't know that one.
Jay, we would come in, you know, and you'd
That's
run
a
in
new
off
one.
the field, and you know the infielders would kind of do their, you know, and but then you'd have one big group, and Shay'd go, "Hey, when you get a chance, check your phone." And I'm like, "What the hell?" So we're in the fourth inning, you know, and I go check my phone, and he just sends me like, "Man, it's kind of boring out here in center field," you know. I'm like, "This guy's got his phone in his back."
Well, dude, do you know who I learned center field from is Alex Knopfson.
Well, that's the problem.
That's the biggest problem right there.
Now, granted, in his defense, I felt that way a little bit at short too when you had AK and Zig on the mound. We could have had three fielders out there a lot of the games. It wasn't going to – I mean, they're striking.
You were
everybody
getting a
out
lot of action
Yeah.
with those two, without a doubt.
Joe doesn't get enough credit because he was great behind the plate.
Oh,
that year.
I want to say that too. That is not just Joe. That's what Defiance they never get enough credit for.
Yep,
I mean,
they don't.
Joe is a great prime example, but Gabe was the same way. Dakota was the same way.
Yep.
You only can't with the pitchers that we had, man. Them guys worked their asses off behind the plate and never got the credit they deserved. I mean, that is the one thing. But boy, did they work hard always, every one of them.
Thank you, guys. And I was watching last week's episode. You guys were talking about Happy, me, and Gabe battling out. So I started no Acme games that year. And I don't know what was going on, but you guys called me up for the state tournament. And I remember Dace was throwing that day. And I got no bullpen reps with Dace. I've never caught Dace in my life. All right. We go out there and I'm like, all right, I've heard about this dude's curveball. I need to see a curveball. Well, I get done doing infield, go to the bullpen. Nope, one fastball, I'm done. Cool. Warm-ups before the game. 3 fastballs, he's good. He throws his first curveball. It's about 3. It's over the plate, and it's at head level, batter's head level. And I stand up. I was like, oh, it's hanging. And I caught it below my cup. And I go, oh, this is just different. Okay, great. And then I just see Dace just glove up to his mouth, and you could tell he's just shit-eating grin on his face. And he just goes, just stay down there. I think you guys pulled me after like the 4th inning after I just couldn't do it.
But Joe's a prime example of a guy. That's a great example, though, because, Joe, you just worked your tail off. You just worked, and then results came for you. And like for all high school kids out there today, man, I wish they could have seen how hard you worked because you didn't have nothing handed to you, nothing. You just worked your ass off every single day. And then, we appreciate what you did back there for sure.
The catchers learned that from Coach V and Coach Coleman.
Yep.
Like we were so lucky. Most high schools did have a catching coach. Like catchers would just go catch when they they just catch. And then we had drills. And Coach V and Coach Coleman put them through workouts every day and made them better. And then when they become upperclassmen, they would teach the freshmen the same thing. And but they had a blast. And those are the things behind the scenes that people don't know why they were so good. But
I'd say the other thing, you go back to Joe, I attribute a lot of my arm issues to Joe because that dude would never go home. He would beg me to stay. Just throw. Come on, just 10 minutes. 10 minutes would be 20. Then it'd be 40. Then it'd be an hour. I'm like, dude, I got to go home. And that was every day. It was every day.
My mom didn't get off work and we didn't have an extra car. So I was like, all right, might as well
you're
start
like, I'm just sitting here. And then
to be fair, Weaves, you were throwing 45.
That's what I was just going to say.
I was.
I mean, you want to talk about Defiance why they don't have 10 hitters in the big leagues instead of pitchers? Because we got one guy throwing 45 one day, and then Coach Hug goes out the next day thinking he's still pitching in the minors,
From 40 feet. From 40 feet.
Yeah.
He's like,
celebrate when it strikes you out.
It was like catching AK's changeup, wasn't it, Joe? Like Nick would throw to you.
I mean, Coach Held was telling him to sit down during BP. He'd throw one by him, sit down.
No, he'd mix in breaking balls.
He would, yeah.
Little
It'd
slider.
be the feel-good round. You throw a slider.
He would never hit off him on game day. He'd hide in the back, and then Coach Held would say, pick it up, head to the field. He'd come around the corner and be like, Coach Weaves, just throw me 10 or 12. I'm not hitting off him on game day.
I mean, you got to go up there feeling good.
It's what I said. I'm all for challenging him in practice, but my God, the game's in an hour and a half. You're throwing 85 in on the hands with no heat up in the stadium.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, Coach L, can I get a Go Boilers, though? I just need it.
Oh, hey, Coach, I want to tell you. Go ahead. I want to tell you, Coach, I'm in Lafayette right now, Indiana. Did I already tell you this?
Remember, he couldn't figure out the link.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was before or not, but 5 miles away from Purdue, but it sure is Hoosier country down here right now, Coach. lot of Hoosier shirts out there.
Yeah, that was kind of a cool story. That's
Yeah,
for this
it
one,
was.
but that's a great story, man. That's a great story. Even though I'm not a Hoosier fan, but that's a great story.
Well, none of us are, and there's also no one of our age that would ever think in our lifetime we'd see Indiana win a national championship at football.
Mm-hmm.
I would have bet a lot of money we'd never see them play in the Big Ten championship.
No,
Yeah.
they couldn't
It's
even
incredible.
beat Purdue most years. That's how bad they were.
You ain't lying. That's bad.
You didn't have to add to that. I was just going to throw it in.
I'm sorry. That's on me. I just wanted to dig at you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I'll save you, Tom. Game number 6 that year.
There we go.
May 1st at home against Shawnee. You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
won 1-0. I hope you guys remember something
some of
about
that
this.
game.
Winning pitcher, Anthony Kidston, 7 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, 13 Ks. The losing pitcher that day, Corey Wilder, 6
Yeah.
innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 8 walks, 8 Ks. He went on to go to North Carolina State. You guys scored 1 in the 5th. You had runners on 2nd and 3rd. Or, I'm sorry, you guys scored 1 in the 5th. I'm sorry, in the 6th. Jacob Moore led off with the walk, went to 3rd on an errant pickoff throw by Wilder. With 1 out, AK reached on an error by Shawnee shortstop Trevor Anderson, and J-Boy scored the unearned run. And let's see. I'm trying to think what inning this is. Was it in the 6th that
I thought that's what you said. The 6th.
Yeah, they had runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out and didn't score.
Yeah.
Yeah. AK no hitter. Yeah.
Yep.
Only 1 walk. 1 for 4 with a double. AK Jacob Moore 1 for 2 with a lone run. So what can you guys tell me about this one? I'm hoping you guys have some memories about this one.
I remember from that game, and I don't remember what inning it was, but this ties right into our catchers. But we would have a sign I have a sign for Happy, for Gabe, for Joe, to throw it behind a runner at second. And I'm almost positive it was a Shawnee game, but there was a guy, as a shortstop, you try to hold the guy on, you try to cat and mouse game with him a little bit. And I remember giving Joe the sign, and I remember throwing behind, and they had a guy on second. I don't know if there's anybody else on, but we got him into a rundown between 2nd and 3rd. And I think it was like the 3rd out of an inning. And I just remember that being a huge play, because that was one of my favorite things to do as a shortstop, when you could, guys get on second, they always felt pretty comfortable, and we would throw behind a lot of runners, almost hoping they went to 3rd, because we knew, I knew Dom was going to have them at 3rd. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the Shawnee game that we did that and executed that.
Nobody expects a back pick at second.
No. Yeah.
Not in high school baseball, they don't.
Yeah.
Here's
AK, you remember throwing a no-hitter? Sorry, Tom.
I'll be honest, I didn't know I threw a no-hitter that game, but I do remember Corey Wilder, because he was raw and he could really throw it. Yep.
Now, I may be wrong, but I thought when we did last week's with 2011, I thought we beat him 1-0 at Shawnee, and I thought you said AK hit a solo homer. as
Yeah, that
a
was
junior.
late in that game. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's back-to-back years we beat them 1-0.
Yeah.
And
So
I think
this is
AK
how-
came in and got
They-
the save.
This is how we scored. So Dom Romero drew a full count walk with 1 out. They struck out Acock for the second out. It was in the dirt. Dom went to second on the dirt. AK's at the plate, and in the interview afterwards, I mean, you must ask about Anthony's at the plate, and his first base is open, runner on second. I answered, I thought for sure they would walk Anthony. I told Joe, you're going to be the next hitter. Get ready to get and win the game. They elected to pitch to Anthony instead of going to Joe. And Anthony hit here's Anthony, how he described his base hit. Okay. So what happens is it said Kitston, hoping they were going to pitch to me. I wasn't sure if they would or not. I was able to get the ball up the middle. I hit it off the end of the bat. The cap went flying off the bat and towards second base. When I hit it, I knew it was a slow roller. I was just hoping to beat it out. And what happened is their shortstop, Trevor Anderson, I think he played a BG, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did he? Oh, wow.
It was a ball up the middle, and obviously Dom was running, and the way it was described in the article is he went to get his footing to throw, and he slipped.
Oh, I do remember that.
Dom scored all the way from second base. Yep.
I thought you were going to
I thought it
say
was
he
Did he even
accidentally
throw that
fielded the
ball?
cap.
That's what
No,
I
he
thought he
didn't
was
throw
going
it.
to say too, Rick.
He didn't throw it, but Dom was running on the batted
He-
ball, and then he slipped
didn't throw it.
He just kept going, and that's how we won the game.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. And it's awesome talking about this streak. This was the WBO we're talking about now. You know,
Yeah.
we weren't playing no slouches. There's 3 major D1 guys we've talked about, and then just the 6 games so far.
Yeah.
So
And every
all
year,
I heard
every year
there,
there were
Coach,
3 games that we could have lost. Every year.
Yeah.
lost 3 games.
Oh, and then how many times did we get caught in the tournament, including this year? You know, a couple times for sure.
all I heard there, Coach, was they were more afraid of me than AK. That's all I heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He didn't
Well,
say
the-
that quote from their coach. No
Well-
way we were facing the
Can't pitch
Gentili
to the
kid.
Gentili kid. No.
Remember this because
No way we're facing the Gentili kid.
remember this because it said shocking that they pitched to Anthony because the year before you hit a home run to beat him
Yeah.
in the seventh.
Yeah.
Wow.
They let him beat him twice. Good
Yeah.
Yep.
Beat him twice.
Yep.
job, AK.
Were you good, AK?
Attaboy.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Wait,
I
it was 13 punchies on that 7 innings too?
Yep.
Jeez, dude, that's a game.
That's what I'm
A lot
saying.
of
Though. That's a-
strikeouts on that changeup.
One walk.
Oh.
Filthy.
Perfect game.
As soon as
I
I,
bet
lost that
so- I
changeup,
bet-
my career was over, boys.
I bet the walk was a leadoff walk, and I screamed at you from the dugout. It pissed you off. You locked in and rested.
Yeah, you were in there kicking balls, probably.
Absolutely.
Lucky I wasn't on the 2010 episode. Weaver and I didn't even talk that year. So I didn't know that. Like, this guy's in here whining every single game. We're second in the state. I just moved. We won 5 games the year before. You know?
Oh my gosh, that's some good stuff. Anybody else have any thoughts on this one before we move on? Nope. All right.
Just kidding,
Game number-
Weaves. You know I
Game
love
number
you.
7. Yeah.
I know.
May
Make me
4th.
cry myself to sleep.
We almost got you in Acme, too. You're lucky. I don't think
You
I forgot
did.
about that.
That was close. I said, I swear to God, if we lose to AK this year, I'm done.
I'd have took you to beat-ups after the game for as many beers as you wanted.
I love it. All right, guys. Game 7, May 4th at Salina. You won 10-0. Winning pitcher Rob Ziegler, 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Weston Rivers, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. In the 5th, you guys broke it open. Dom Romero with a 2-run single. Joe Gentili, 2 for 3, double, 2 RBI, 2 runs. Robbie Ziegler, 2 for 3, double. Shea Murray, 2 for 5. Dom, 3 for 3, 2 ribbies, 2 runs. Joe Keewan, 2 for 3, double, 2 RBI. You guys finished with 13 hits. on the turf at Salina. What do you guys remember about this one, if anything?
I don't remember much about this game, but I do remember at Salina Acme when we had state there and it rained for like 8 hours and we just sat in the dugout and everyone the whole time before that everyone's like, turf fields are great, it's the future, turf fields are great, and they brought out the big tarp for the outfield and we were just sitting in that dugout just watching it flood, like putting our feet up. It was insane.
I covered that game. I was there. I left the house at like 9:30 in the morning. By the time I got home, it was like 2:30 because I had to write the story when I got back.
We lost that game, didn't we?
Yes.
I don't remember the losses.
It went into extra innings too, by the way. You guys scored late to send it to extras and then lost. Yeah.
That was the game. That was the game I got reprimanded by Chicken for pitching you an inning in the Acme tournament because the league tournament started the next week.
I was going to say, we came back. I came back from the Bandits. I do remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
Chicken.
And since we haven't really given him a shout out, and he was a lot like Dace. Not always by the book, but man, what a luxury to have Zig on that team too. He really could throw the ball. For a number two, I mean, number one, 1A, 1B, really, he could really throw it.
His curveball was nasty too.
Yes, it was. He was very similar to Dace in a lot of aspects.
I think Tom had some good stuff.
He had that horrible car accident the summer before. Didn't even know if he was ever going to play again.
Wow.
And crazy.
I remember too,
effortless
in the winter time for winter workouts. Joe Gentili was there. Yeah, Joey. When we were doing winter workouts, do you remember? He was like coming back from his car accident, and I'm probably gonna get some shit for this, but he would like sometimes slack a little bit, and you and I would just get pissed, and we'd be like, "Dude, you are like so talented." And you're just like not missing a beat coming back from this crazy accident. Like, you need to get your shit together. And he was like, yeah, you're right. We're like, what are you doing?
Constantly. Yeah, constantly in his ear. Like, dude, I would kill to have your talent. Let's go.
It's like you are better than everybody here right now. And like everyone's working twice as hard as you. Like, let's pick it up. He's like,
we got to get you to the show. Let's do this.
Let's go.
And you guys aren't wrong on Robbie because, AK didn't talk to me for 2 years after I proclaimed Robbie had the most baseball ability of anyone that's ever went through our program. And he was down at UK or Louisville his freshman year. He texted me. He's like, don't ever talk to me again. And I said, what are you talking? I go, what are you talking about? And he's like, I heard what you said. You picking Robbie over me? And I'm like, I love you, AK, but it ain't even close. The boy has so much talent. It's unreal.
Yeah. Well, going into his senior year, he kind of like got after it, right? That's what I
did. Yeah,
he did. His senior year,
he turned it around big time.
I remember I went to the state championship game the year after. Obviously, Dom was playing, right, when you guys won it. And after the game, I was like, man, good job, Zig, attaboy. And he goes, why couldn't we done this last year? That's a crazy thought right now, man. Just go celebrate.
Yeah, right. Because we didn't start Shane Murray.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
While we were waiting,
just like you told Coach Held not to have Chad throw the fastball in 02.
Yeah.
Right. When
One
the dude
home
from Talmadge hit the homer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't ever tell him that.
You said celebrator.
Coach, what year was that? I gave up that jack, and you're like, took off the changeup, and there goes the fastball. Remember that? Yeah. Apparently, 85.
No, I remember at a certain point. Sorry, go ahead. You remember the game?
Go ahead, Joe.
I remember at a certain point, our senior year, Coach held like. AK, you were just shaking him off every pitch, like he might have been Napoleon actually. And Coach L just goes, I don't know. Right. Go ahead.
I remember that. I don't even know what he wants. You just call your own game, Anthony.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in the dugout and Coach L looks at Coach Weaves, goes, "What is he doing?" And I was like,
Well,
he's striking everybody out. That's what he's doing, Coach. Let him go.
The only time I got pissed at Coach Hell against Alder in the regionals, they got like 2 dribblers and scored 2 or 3 runs in the first inning, no hard hit balls, and he just comes out and like, "You got to go to the changeup. You got to go to the changeup." I'm like, this is the first inning. We'll be all right.
Well, I remember that Napoleon game though on a more serious note because he throws it up and they would sit on changeup. They would actually sit.
Which year are we talking?
This would have been senior year. I think this was senior year. Honestly,
it was in 11 when you guys lost to them.
11, I know, in the
Yeah.
tournament.
And their coach said that they were sitting changeup
but
against
12 we
AK.
won, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did
pitched.
it twice because we faced Flowers every time. And
Yeah.
that's just
AK pitched that game. Napoleon.
Yeah. Only guy to ever lose a section under Tom Held at that point, I think.
But I do remember we were on the same page, AK, because I remember I'm like, there's this dude sitting changeup. I called fastball inside. You shook me. And like the only time I ever was like, "No, you're throwing fastball," and then you shook again. I said, "No, you're throwing a fastball," and you say yes, strike the guy out. We go back to the dugout. I was like, "Yeah, you were going to throw." He goes, "Oh, I wanted to throw fastball. I just wanted to shake twice first."
Yeah.
Okay, all
I
right.
did like
This is all true story because Anthony, it was early in the year and he was shaking off, and I just what Joe said. Screw it. And Joe and him are on the same page, man. They work together great. And I said, I basically told Joe, "I'll let you go. Go if you guys do a good job." And he did. You were lights out calling you, but you guys knew what to do. You knew each other, man. You like
that.
It worked out great.
That's how AK's brain works for baseball, though. It was just a different level, right?
Yep.
He goes, "Oh, I wanted to throw fastball. I just wanted to shake twice." And I was like,
Yep.
"Okay." So we started doing shake. Just say no.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's good stuff. All right, guys, moving on to game 8, May 7th at home versus Bath. You guys won 8-1. Winning pitcher Tyler Batt, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, no walks, 2 Ks. Other AK, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. He scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. In the fifth, Joe with an RBI double, Shea with an RBI single, and Joe Keewan with an RBI single to break it open. AK 1 for 2, double, 3 runs. Joe 3 for 3, double, 2 runs, 2 RBI. Robbie 1 for 3, 2 RBI, and Shea Murray 2 for 3, 2 RBI. You guys moved to 8-0 and run the streak to 58. Any thoughts on the win against Bath?
Tyler Batt painting.
Yeah, he did. What a year!
Entire season.
Great year.
That week,
assassin.
see, we got 3 games.
Violent.
3 games behind in the WBL, so they're not going to remember this because I didn't. It was in one of the articles you wrote to me.
Yeah, I was reading that.
And where Salina had prom, so they canceled our league game. And it was a Friday league game, but I think their prom was Saturday. They still canceled, so we had to make that game up. Anyways, and then we had that makeup rain out with Walpock, and then we had another rain out. So we had 3 league games we had to play. So from May 7th is when we played Bath to May 12th. 3 league games and a tournament game in that 5-day stretch. Yeah, 3 league games and a tournament game. And you guys found a way to. That's team right there. Like 4 games in like 6 days of big games. So
wait, was the third game of that was the tournament game?
So it was Bath on the 7th, non-league game against Archville in the 8th, and Shawnee on the.
No, May 9th was the sectional game against Napoleon, wasn't it?
Napoleon. And Shawnee was squeezed in between. That must be out of right. Shawnee must not have been in there.
No, Shawnee, that was out of order. That is
out of order. Yeah, that is out of order.
Yep.
But
the reason I ask is because I do kind of vaguely remember this because we were out of like innings or something like that. And that was the whole reason why I got on the mound, just to like screw around, but also semi-serious, because we it was our guys couldn't throw the right amount of innings, or they had run out of innings by some Ohio rule or something like that. Anybody remember that?
Yeah, I do remember you was begging to pitch, and I said, if you can go throw 88 on the mound right now, I'll pitch and you get out there and you hit 87. I said, not good enough. Sorry.
Yeah, 48 feet.
I will say as a shortstop too. I mean, I love AK obviously to death. Zig was a stud, but man, when Tyler Bat was pitching, that was like, man, that guy could throw ground balls, and I would just lick my chops at shortstop because it seemed like I'd get 4, 5 at least a chance when he would throw, and so those games I always loved when those guys when he was on the mound because I knew I was going to have some action coming my way. So
I'm not even sure Tyler Bat threw a ball.
yeah,
he was a strike machine.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What did he throw?
was.
Like 80, 81?
Yeah, I would
was
say
not, yeah.
if he
Just-
got to 82, it was heat for him, and
Yeah. With like a little bit of a slider. He didn't have that 12-6, the 5-6. And
I remember
changeup.
I was like one of the main bullpen catchers because I would DH and do whatever, and I would always catch Tyler in the bullpen, and I had to wear gear, but I was like, dude, I could just sit here with a glove and I'm not gonna worry about anything because it's not gonna you just get hit in the glove.
I don't think I blocked a ball from Tyler Bat.
Yeah.
No chance.
Wow.
Yeah, he walked 8 guys in 47 innings.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Anthony, you only walked 13 in 61 innings. So
That
It's a
year,
bad-
yeah. That was the best walk year that I had.
You know,
Because I did have some walks.
yeah, not your senior year though.
Yeah.
Not your senior.
So the one memory I have of that Bath game, I remember because when Anthony came in, and I remember, I think it was the first batter you faced. I think it was their best hitter. And I remember like your first pitch was like 87. You just blew it by him. Then you threw him a changeup and he was way out in front. And then you threw a nasty hook and just froze him. And he walked back. And I remember their coach looking into Tom and I go, that's not fair. Like a high school pitcher should not be able to do that. And we were like, you're right. It's not fair, but we're glad we have him.
First batter of the game?
It was when he came
he
in.
came in.
Relief.
Yeah,
Oh,
at the end. Yep.
So we got Tyler throwing 80, and then AK comes in at 88.
Yeah.
Then
With the
slows it
nasty
back down to 79 with that changeup.
Just curious, but do we have any postseason awards from that year? Like, do we have the stats for it? Did Tyler get anything? Because he,
Oh, like WBL?
yeah, I was just curious if we
I
had
don't
the
know.
WB.
I don't have it in here.
Gosh, I don't
know if
remember
it's in
either.
or not. Oh, look. Move on. I'll look, see if I can find
All
it.
right. Okay, so guys, you guys finish off the slate. So you started again back to Wapakoneta. This is May 12th at home. The game started on April 20th. It was postponed at 2-2. It was tied 2-2 after
Yeah.
one inning.
Mhm.
At the time that the game started, Defiance was 3-0 in the league and Wapak was 4-1. So now it's game 9. So AK, you started. First inning, you gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a K. And then when the game resumed, Robbie pitched, and he went 6 innings, no hits, no runs, 3 walks, 8 Ks. The losing
I
pitcher
remember he was lights out.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Best
yeah,
game he had
big time
pitched.
performance.
Yep.
losing pitcher was Chase Culver. So he went all 6. So he started and came back. 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Oh, by the way, you guys went 3-2.
Yeah.
So Wapak scored 2 in the top of the first. Brandon Schreiber with a 2-run single. In Defiance's first 2 runs, Joe Gentile RBI double with 2 outs. Robbie Ziegler 2-out RBI single. And then you guys scored the winning run, 1 run in the third. AK hit by a pitch, steal second and third. Robbie Ziegler RBI double.
Yeah.
And then Wapak stranded 2 in the 6th. And in the 7th, they hit into a 6-3 double play. On a, can't read my writing. That's probably a slow roller to Jacob Moore. All right.
6-3 double play. Right over the second base, yeah.
I'm sorry, on a liner to Jacob Moore.
I was
That's
gonna
what it
say,
says.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been a roller if it was a 6-3 double play. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Joe Gentile 1 for 3 double. Robbie Ziegler 2 for 3 double, 2 RBI. Dom Ramiro 2 for 3. You guys remember finishing it off 59 straight. You guys run the streak 2, beat Wapak 3-2. in the last game of the league?
Just like they were talking about Zig, just
Yeah.
that was like that's I don't know. That's when I kind of just thought Zig kind of became a man then. Like he was nails for us all season, but that was just a crazy good pitching performance.
Well, and hitting. You went 2 for 3. Right?
Yeah, like he did it all for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two
Besides
two
AK,
RBI.
AK did a lot too. I mean, that goes
But
without saying.
Walpock was loaded too. That was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that was big time.
Was the guy that threw he wasn't the lefty though, right? He was it. Is that the other
No.
guy?
Was it
Yeah, that was
Crawford?
Johnny Crawford was the
Johnny
left.
Crawford.
Yeah.
He was
But
the
that-
lefty.
Chase
that
was
guy-
taller, had a nice change
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
he
he
threw
was
against us in the
Kentucky.
regionals, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he beat us. He's the one that beat
Yeah,
us in the
did.
regional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crawford
we'll get
did.
there. We'll get there. Yeah.
In the
Sorry.
in the top of the 7th, leadoff walk. We walk them. Okay, so it's yeah, so we're up 3-2 going to the top of the 7th. They got a leadoff walk, and Marshall Gerlach, actually he's the pitching coach at Ballpark now, right?
Yes, he is.
Good
dude.
J-Boy, I remember this because you were quoted in the paper. So they were bunting him to second, popped it up down third base, and Dom overran the bunt, and then jumped back and reached and made a hell of a catch. Do you remember that?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember that, Joe?
Oh.
Dom remembers it. So, anyways,
Joe would have remembered if Dom dropped it because he probably would have ran down there and beat him up.
So, all right. So they got to be up next, right?
Yeah.
But
They got two.
Got to put this on the record. When their team got inducted into that Hall of Fame, right? The Defiance High School Hall of Fame for winning the state championship.
Yeah.
They were showing a highlight video from like WTOL News or something like that. And everything's all great, doubles, great plays. And then Dom just throws one into right field.
When he throws it down the right field line at the state.
Oh my gosh. That's the one I quote to him every day. That's the one.
Good.
and when the bunt didn't get down, they hit a line drive, J-Boy, and you snagged it and doubled him off first base. And that's how it
Yeah.
went. I don't know if you remember that. So
I bet you
good stuff.
he didn't even close his glove hand.
No,
Takes too much time, right?
that's
Mhm.
right. All right, good. Tournament time.
I got to ask you guys. So, I mean, obviously, you guys knew that the streak was pretty long going into your senior year. And Nick, you said you guys felt like you were going to win anyway. But I mean, did you feel any pressure at all as you're going along in the season? Like, we're gonna keep the streak alive, or are we gonna keep the streak alive? I guess is the question.
I don't know if we ever even talked about it. Like,
Oh, that's
to
what I was going to
each
say.
other.
Too. No,
It was just
it wasn't. Not on my mind at all.
Like, here we go. We're gonna go play baseball. We've been doing this since we were 7 years old. Like, it's
Well, here was a quote by J-Boy. Don't ever talk about the streak, but every time we win a WBL game, it sure feels great.
I don't remember what game it was, but the only game I ever felt any pressure whatsoever about the streak was my sophomore year. It was a game I came out with my back injury, and I don't know who we were playing, but we were down like 7 or 8 to 1.
That was
Walpock.
Oh, is that who? Wow, which
Yeah.
is even
Yeah.
crazier because and I think Dace might have been on the bump to start that game.
Yeah,
he got knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we came back to win that game. That's the only time I ever at Defiance ever thought that streak was ever in jeopardy or even crossed my mind, honestly.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the episode with that senior class, Nafi said that he was at WBL track, and he was talking to one of the guys from Canada, and they were up 8 to 1, and he said, "We still felt like you guys were going to beat us."
And that's the truth. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
truth. That was that played a lot of role. We were obviously more talented than most teams we played as it was, but it is tough to walk. It's still the same now. It's tough to walk into that field knowing who you're going against. There's no doubt about it.
It's the Tom Held mystique that hangs over the
And then when Weaves walks out, they're like, what the hell's going on?
You guys need to make
Programs
some
in
shirts now,
shambles.
right? The Tom Held Mystique with his picture right in the middle.
And let's be real, half the time Coach Held didn't know what the hell was going on. You know what I mean?
Can't argue that. I just couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait till the game was over. So you guys had to run polls. That was my entertainment for the day.
Well, you guys didn't know, but that's why they brought me in.
Exactly. I've said it for years. I said if anybody ever came and watched one of our practices, they'd leave and say, "How the hell do they win games?" Because we wouldn't know what was going on. You guys would be doing agilities, and we'd be standing in the pitcher's mound. Oh, what do you want to do at practice today?
Exactly.
Make some ground balls, maybe some three-way. Yeah, all right, that sounds good. Yeah, like we had no plan. If we made you do agilities twice, it's because we weren't sure what we wanted to do that day at practice.
Yeah. Well, good news.
That's still probably my favorite memory is somewhere along the line the ground ball game got created. So basically, okay, you just field and infield, right, and then you bring a hitter up and you got to work on hitting ground balls, right. We were trying to score a run, kind of thing, and so of course AK gets up there, and I mean he hits a ball to the moon. It's gone right when he hits it, and Coach L goes, "All right, he's out." And we're all going, he just hit a ball that hit the bowling alley. And because it's not a ground ball, he's out, And it was just stuff like that constant, or three-way when, your team, you got three teams, me, Joe, and Shay are on a team. We're up by 12 runs, demolishing everybody. And then, all of a sudden Coach Held changes the rule that, if you foul off 2 pitches in a row, you get 47 runs somehow, So now we got to run because the rules changed mid-game. It was constant, just banter and everything. It was fun, man.
I remember Austin Hancock when he was in like Babe Ruth League, he bunted and he took a ball off the face.
Yeah,
and a fake tooth,
right?
And we got Coach Hell because we were long tossing, and Hancock acted like he got hit in the face, and he spit his tooth out on the ground.
I remember that. He went. Coach Held went nuts.
Yeah, he rushed over to him.
I remember that. I do remember that.
That reminds me of Coach L. Do you remember when I threw that ball off of Zig's head in the gym? We were doing throwing program in the gym. You remember out in the gym when you were throwing inside, you couldn't see because the backgrounds were the exact same color as the ball.
Use the rubber baseballs.
We were doing walking, lunge, and throw. And I thought we were supposed to be throwing it. We were just doing the drill.
Now I remember it. Yep.
And I threw it, and Bob was not paying attention at all. And it literally hit him directly in the head, just like that. Oh, God. And then later when we were, I can't remember what field it was at, but I was next to Zig, and he was long tossing with somebody. And he and I were just chatting, and somebody threw it and hit him in the head again. I watched him get hit in the head 2 different times during the throwing program.
Every time we do lunge and throw after that. I'd always say, no balls, don't throw balls.
The Shea Murray rule.
Yep.
The Shea Murray rule. All right, guys, let's get on to the tournament here. Sectional game, May 9th at home against Napoleon. You guys won 8-0. Winning pitcher, Anthony Kidston, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 9 Ks. Scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 4 in the sixth. Robbie had a 3-run homer in the sixth for the big blow. Let's see. AK 2 for 3 with a double and a home run. Joe Gentili double. 2 for 4 with a double and 2 runs. Robbie 2 for 3 with a double, home run, and 4 RBI. Shea Murray 1 for 3 with a double. You guys obviously had lost to them the year before in the sectionals. Probably felt good to get back at Napoleon in this one and win a sectional championship.
Just happy that Art wasn't there anymore.
Well, that's what I was AK's hard on himself about the previous year, but I mean, they had Cody Monin, I think, that started that game, who was really good too. And then, it got delayed, and then Art came in. I mean, Art, talk about it, the guy. That year you had Wiss at Bryan, you had Art, you had AK. I mean, the area we felt like, and I remember talking about, like, if we can get out of the district, I mean, we're cruising, because it's so strong. But yeah, the next year definitely felt good to kind of get back at those guys.
I don't remember much from the game, but I remember Art because he would slow his fastball down if he was behind an account, like bad. Like he's throwing 89 when he's up, and he's throwing
Yeah.
like 83, 82 when he's behind or when he's down in the count. And I just remember thinking, if he feels like he needs to slow his fastball down to throw a strike, like I'm gonna get domed here. Ugh.
Yeah, that Napoleon team was loaded that year for sure.
Yeah.
Archer too. He always
yeah.
won. Yeah,
Yeah, they had a good team.
Tyler
They
Miller
did.
was great too.
Yeah,
Tyler Miller. That
they
saved
were
that whole
deep.
game in
The
11.
skinniest lefty that just hit the ball like Deadpool, just crushed it every time.
Yeah. But yeah, in 12, definitely felt good to get him back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So district semis, May 17th at Archbold. You guys beat Toledo Central Catholic 2-0.
Yeah.
Winning pitcher, Anthony Kitson, 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 12 Ks. You guys scored 1 in the second and 1 in the fifth. I got in the second, Don Romero walk to second on a Jacob Moore bunt single. Wild pitch, runners move up, and then Dom Gentili RBI sac fly. In the fifth, Joe Gentili 2-out single, stole second, scored on a Robbie Ziegler 2-out RBI single. I didn't put who the losing pitcher was, but Central Catholic, not
Had
a
the
bad club.
redheaded kid that went to
Yeah.
Boston College.
Oh, Rudnicki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Rudnicki. 2-0. He went to OU, I think. Pitched at OU.
I can't believe I stole the base.
Well, that district had.
Well, that kind of stuck out to me too, Joe. I'm not gonna
Was
lie.
that a hit and run? I honestly feel like it was a hit and run.
I think it was the delayed steal.
I know I did not have the green light. There was a lot of guys with the green light. I wasn't one of them.
Everybody had the green light, Joe. Everybody had the green light.
Yeah, until Coach Weave's like, "Don't you dare."
Yeah, exactly. Joe didn't have the green light when he looked over to me. He's like, let's just.
You will be
calm it
surprised
here
to
a
hear this, but Joe, you were 18 out of 20 stealing bases.
I was going to say, I feel like I
thought
remember.
Joe.
I
That
remember
season?
some.
Yeah.
I don't
Joe
remember
was-
that.
I made Anthony have.
Yeah, it was 27 out of 29.
I knew
Shea
he had a
19.
lot.
Shea was 19 out of 19. Joe 18 out of 20. J Boy was 18 out of 21. Yeah, they stole. You guys stole 122 bags at you.
Wow.
Okay, the leader.
That district was good. So Central Catholic we beat in the first round, but then we have to play. Who do you guys remember who we had to play in the district finals? We had to play the winner of Perkins and Bryan.
Yeah, we played Perkins.
Brian was our only loss. That's who.
Yeah. Yeah, in that three-way game.
Regional final. Yep, the three-way game.
Three-way.
After we beat BG in the first game, we run rolled, and Daniel McKinney was the starting pitcher for BG, who went on to pitch at Michigan. And we knocked him out after the second inning, I think, second or third inning. I didn't know that.
I just remember we
article,
were riding so high after because we were just all we heard about was this guy was going to Michigan or whatever, and then we knock him out, and then we're like, oh, we're playing Brian. Like we've beaten Brian hundreds of times, and like, and you had to wait cold three-way. Then we end up losing, and they're all, like Brian does when they beat Defiance, they act like they won the World Series, and it's just it is what it is. And then we're all sitting out there, and we're sitting in the outfield, and that's when J-Boy looked at me, and I said this earlier in the text. He's like, last time we lost in a three-way, we went to state. We're going to be fine. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
This is the high school reasoning, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm just glad we don't play those three-ways anymore. Those things were brutal.
They're the
Those are
worst.
tough.
Yeah, that was terrible. Terrible. On to Perkins.
On to Perkins. All right.
They were
May
good.
19th at Archbold, you guys beat Sandusky Perkins 5-2. Winning pitcher Robbie Ziegler, 5 2/3, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. AK 1 in the third inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks. You guys scored 2 in the second and 3 in the third, and then Perkins scored their 2 in the third. In the second, Joe Keelan, 2 RBI double. In the third, Joe Gentili scored on a bases loaded pass ball. They had 2 errors that led to 2 more runs. Joe Keelan 1 for 3 with a double and 2 RBI in that game. And I remember reading a little bit about that article about how Sandusky, Perkins, and Defiance had been to these regional tournaments at the same time, but had never matched up, and you guys finally did in the districts. So, what do you guys remember about that and about that? That was a pretty good program at that time too, for sure.
Really good.
Well, we would never match up because either one of us had to play Walsh Jesuit. So Walsh Jesuit was always, they were so much better. Luckily, they ended up going Division One in about 09, I think. Was it maybe right before 2010? Like maybe it was 09, but Walsh Jesuit was another level.
Yeah, they're a baseball factory. I know a bunch of them.
Oh yeah. So like us get to the regionals, we never would say it to the players, but like that was like great because the chance of beating Walsh Jesuit was slim. I mean, we had to have that perfect game and that, but yeah, they were so good. Gave everybody else when they went D1, it gave all the rest of us a chance to get down there. Yeah.
Well, the thing about this year and then even the next year, I mean, you guys played the same two teams in the district semis and the district finals, and I just remember thinking,
I think all three, because I think we opened with Napoleon in sectionals, and then went Central Perkins. I think all played them 3 in a row. Same.
Yeah. But I mean, those games were. Sometimes when you got to the regionals, there'd be some team there that would be like 10 and 12, but that was never the case when you guys got to the districts.
Yeah.
So
no.
Yeah.
I don't remember much specifically from that game, but I remember thinking, we had some basketball guys on that team too, and we going into that game, it was like, so I mean, we had a pretty good basketball year as well. You go 19-1 and then you make it to the district and we just laid the biggest goose egg you possibly could. Perkins just
didn't they beat you by like 20 or something?
Oh yeah,
beat us like a drum. That's
they
what they did.
They did by 40. I mean, it was just
They
embarrassing.
were lights out. They
were. That was the best game. Yeah.
And so I remember thinking baseball. As much as you can get revenge, I guess. But I remember thinking, man, again, like. I don't think any of those basketball guys were even on the team, but it just, it said Perkins. So you're like, man,
right.
fucking good.
Can you imagine if we would have matched up with Elida in that regional final, though?
No.
That would have been one of the greater regionals in high school history, I'd have to imagine, for a while. That gym would have been sold out before the day started.
It would have been. That'd been awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, regionals.
Regionals, semifinals, May 24th at Tiffin. You guys beat Jonathan Alder 14-4.
Yeah.
Winning pitcher Anthony Kidston, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 14 Ks. Tyler Batt, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 1 K. Jonathan Alder scored 3 in the first and 1 in the fifth. Defiance 1 in the second, 1 in the third. You guys are down 4-2, and you scored 8 runs in the sixth and 4 runs in the seventh. I just remember that those guys were shell-shocked.
Yes, I remember
they thought they were going to come in there and just walk through that regional.
Because didn't Alder spank us a couple of years before that?
They beat us in the 2010 in the semi.
At state,
yeah. So in this
game,
go ahead.
Yeah, I remember that game. I think they had like 2 twins that played that were really good. That maybe played.
Yeah, they did.
They went to OU.
I couldn't stand Alder.
Yeah, they were. I just remember they went up, and it was kind of crazy. Like their fans were so, and I'm just like, man, like this is. And so then again, I just felt like we got it rolling, and it was like open the can.
Yeah, I just remember they jumped on us early, and then it was just like, yeah, we're fine. Yeah. And then because the best thing that you always heard is you got to score 1 to win anyway.
Yeah.
Like, so like you're like,
I do remember they hit a few soft balls in the first inning that they got runs on. Here comes Cotel. That's what I remember. But I'll be honest, I did not realize that we had to put up 8, what was that, the 5th or 6th? I didn't realize that.
I remember that inning. That's one of the few. I remember that inning. And just, I think we batted around easily, I think, in that inning. And I just remembered,
Well, here's kind of the rundown. So you guys scored 8 runs. You had 5 hits. They had 2 errors in that inning. AK had an RBI double, Shea Murray, RBI sac fly, Jacob Moore, RBI single, Joe Keeman, walk RBI, had the bases loaded, and an error and a wild pitch led to more runs. You guys put up the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I remember from that. And it was we got on the bus after and we were riding so high, dude. I remember talking about
who's gonna room.
Who's gonna room together at state when we go to Columbus, dude. There's nothing like that. And then just walking in.
J-Boy, you remember that Wagner's breakfast before I told J-Boy, I said,
Yeah,
I got a weird feeling about tonight. And he said, we're winning.
Well, because that was the time where as seniors you were done with school, and so we're like we didn't want to sleep in until 1 p.m. or something, so we got up and went to Kistner's, and it was
So here's the rundown for the hitting in that game. AK 2 for 5, double, 3 RBI. Don Romero 3 for 4, 2 runs. Jacob Moore 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBI. Austin Hancock 2 for 4 with a double. And then on to the regional finals, May 25th at Tiffin. Lost to Wapakoneta 6-1. Winning pitcher Chase Culver, 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 Ks. The losing pitcher was Robbie Ziegler, 2 1/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 1 K, which is obviously the opposite of what he did in the league game. And then Tyler Batt, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 K. Walpock scored 1 in the second, 4 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. And Defiance put up 1. You guys scored 1 in the seventh. Shea Murray 2 for 3. Joe Keelan 2 for 3 with a double. And I know we were kind of talking about it before we started recording that I think it was late in that game. AK, you hit a shot that I can't believe was caught. Looked like you guys are going to get back in it, and it wasn't.
That was Crawford, right?
Yeah,
Crawford made the catch. Yeah,
that's my most vivid high school memory I have. That play, because we were playing at Tiffin, the field's massive, and if we'd have been playing anywhere else, that ball would have been out by 25 feet easily. Yep. And he literally almost breaks his neck diving against the fence.
He dove
right there.
It. Yeah.
And I think that was in like the 6th, and we had a couple guys on. I'm not saying we'd have.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not saying we would have came back, but you get a little momentum. Baseball's a funny game.
Yeah. Well, and I think you guys believed that the day before you did. You were down 4-2 going in the 6th. Scored 8 in the 6th. So the belief was always there. That's for sure.
I remember I got thrown out at home. And the catcher did not touch me. It's one of the only times I've ever yelled at an umpire in high school. I don't think I got a general mental. I should have, or I don't know. But
we weren't running them anyway.
Yeah, true. But I remember the next day, or maybe it was the day after that, the Crescent News. What's the PBR guy? I can't think of his name. I'm sorry,
Dylan
Hefflinger. Yeah, he sends me a picture that night actually of the catcher missing the tag. I was like, God.
Yeah,
that bugs me to this day.
Even seeing 6-1, I remember that game being closer than that.
Yeah,
I mean, I really do.
Yeah. Hey, I think you struck out earlier in the game, and you set a chair up, and then I think I got a hit, and you smashed the chair. You stomped on the chair.
I remember someone breaking the chair.
Yeah.
I was trying to do my best Weaver impression.
I've seen AK abuse some trash cans in my day too, and I've had to go put my arm around him, and he'd just say, "What are you doing?" I said, "What are you doing? This trash can's got nothing on you. Let it out."
Mark, you want to jump in here? What? I mean, you kind of been a little quiet here for a few minutes. What do you remember about these end of the year games here, especially this one?
I just the catch by Crawford was just uncalled for. I mean, it was a great play, but no normal kid's going to make that catch. He was gifted, and we challenged him. I mean, it was a challenge. But the biggest thing I put together during the tournament, and even through the season, it's just that when you're coached to relax and let the game come to you, and you're coached and it's ingrained in you that you only control yourself, you're going to win. And these kids bought into the program from the time they were freshmen, or they bought into it when they were 9 years old.
Yes.
I mean, and that was so rewarding for me to be able to take the ride with them. I respect them all as kids. I respect them all as young men, and I respect them all to this day as grown men. But they do not understand, and I know Coach Hell and Coach Weaver can say this and probably said it before. The memories that you guys provided us are just as important as the memories you made for yourselves.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
and this was my year to go out on top and retire. And I remember Coach Held telling me after the season, I said, "Well, I think I'm gonna give it up this year. I'm been going along. You guys laughed at me long enough. I'm gonna pull out." And he goes, you can't retire. Then everybody's gonna think you were coaching for your kids." I said, "Well,
No.
no, I wasn't." But he made a point, so I stuck around one more year. Right?
He did, and we
But-
appreciate that. Well, the one
but-
thing back to piggyback on Coach B is, it came up in last week's episode, and Coach B and Coach Maxey coached you guys growing up the whole time. So Coach B was involved with Gabe and Nick, and then you guys on the teams, whether it was All Stars or on the regular season teams growing up in the league. But you were with these guys. We got the final result, but what our youth program has done over the years is incredible. And like I said, what you and Coach Maxey actually brought the throwing program to the little guys, and it's stayed on since then. But I remember you started doing that, and probably you guys were like third grade, probably fourth grade.
Yeah.
Nick started doing winter workouts in sixth grade.
Oh yeah.
It was.
I was gonna say
fifth
second.
grade.
Shay and AK
He's
and
been there
Jay
forever.
basketball. They never did one winter workout.
No.
And Nick did 433,000 winter workouts.
Yeah, I just
I'm not sure AK ever did one push-up in our program.
Yes, we
remember-
tell that story.
Even one
remember
August
being
day, I
there.
saw him do two. But yeah,
I remember being there with Tyler Burgoon, and he would always give me titty twisters like every time he saw me. It was insane. I was like, dude, I'm a fifth grade kid and you're abusing me. You're like, what are you doing?
Hey, but those guys love having you youngins around.
Oh, Coach Eld, I can't believe this didn't get brought up with Snoop. I'll never forget this memory from winter workouts when I forgot what grade I would have been, maybe seventh or eighth grade when Snoop was a senior or something. Do you remember the Snoop workout you made?
Oh yeah.
What was the Snoop workout? Because I remember we were in the back in the football locker room and it smelled so bad. And we were back there, just everyone dripping sweat. And you're like, boys, I got this new workout. I woke up this last night at 3 a.m. and I had to write this down because it made me think of Snoop. And you wrote it down. And we were just like, what is going on? What was the workout?
I don't remember what it was. It was like Snoop's 5 favorite things he liked to do.
Yeah, it was like
or the 5, or maybe the 5 most things he hated to do.
Yeah.
But I made it as one continuous thing, the Snoops
Yeah.
or something like that. But I don't even remember what it was now.
Yeah.
Those winter workouts were crazy. Then those were wild. Honestly, they're like, talk about mental toughness though. Like you had to suck it up and get through it. We're just gonna push you and push you and push you and push you and push you until you think you're gonna break.
Well, Nick, you and Gabe were around. Sorry, Joe, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But you and Gabe were around in 2002 when we were down in Columbus.
Yeah. Running around.
Yeah.
I remember when we did winter workouts
Yep.
too, Joe, and like my freshman year and you guys started coming, you'd be like, what are we doing next? And I'm just like, you're going to find out. Like, what are we doing next? You'll see.
It gets worse. It gets
I've
worse.
I've been doing these for 7 years, boys.
Yeah. Like, and
Oh,
I
you're
remember
dying
we
now?
were,
All right.
we were
Let's go.
upstairs hitting first,
Ab ripper.
and we go down and you got to change into your workout clothes. And like, when you get done working out, you get to change into your cold weather clothes because you're going up to hit in the stadium. And you just see all these guys just barely making it out of the locker room and putting all their stuff on. And I just looked around and all the people that were there for the first time, like wide-eyed, like freaking out. I'm like, it's going to be fine. Just keep your head down, keep moving. It's fine.
I do want to say something real quick, but Coach V, and I mean this bottom of my heart, but having guys like you and Sugar Shane in the dugout, that was as big a part of the program as anything because
Amen.
baseball is such a frustrating game. I call them
Yeah.
morale guys. You need them, and you two were the best. You know,
Thanks.
you were the best, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But
I appreciate it.
as frustrating a game as baseball is, when you got you in the dugout, and when things are serious, that's when you're going to crack a joke, and when, just to keep things light and easy. But
Amen.
yeah, we were really lucky to have you. I mean,
Well,
really.
that was. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm searching for that guy myself, and it just hit me right there that if you ain't doing anything this spring, you look good in black and white.
Hey, I'll tell you what. It was the best coaching position to have, because I could be one of you guys and cut loose with you and let those other two worry about what's going on. Right? We're just going to live in the moment.
Yeah. Great times.
As great a coach as Coach B and Coach Coleman were, they really excelled at the clinics. That's when Coach B was at the top of his game right there, baby.
Yeah. I was in the starting role.
He ran the show. We got the clinics. Coach B's in charge, baby.
Yeah. So I did do some coaching on my own, just you guys weren't around.
Come work with our catchers this spring, Coach. Please. If you get bored, the invitation's open anytime. I mean that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I'll piggyback, and obviously, I mean, I was a staple at the Vittorio household. I mean, I lived with them for a short stint as well. They took me in, but I always thought, like, growing up with Coach V, Coach Max, I just, like, now coaching and even seeing some of the youth stuff now, like, they had such a good balance on, all right, we're going to be really competitive, but at the same time, like, you're going to enjoy doing this, like you're not going to dread going to this, baseball tournament or what. It was just such a balance of, we were very competitive, but man, we had a ton of fun, going to Boardman or whatever. I don't even remember those, but and just the camaraderie, kind of like what AK was talking about, and it's a credit to our parents and Coach V and all those guys coached us forever, and Joe's dad was always there, Coach Murray and Chase, it was and such a good balance of, making fun of ARPS when you beat them in the little league, but then the next day, you got those guys on your all-star team, and it's like, but it was.
Joe, you remember when Coach Maxey fell like a tree out of deal when we had when he tripped over the bat bag?
Yeah.
Remember that? And everybody kind of bit the lip and didn't want to do anything, and then I just started bursting out laughing.
Dude, Gateway, it's funny you say that. I talk about this all the time. Like, so many of these guys that I played with at other levels would have these, they'd be playing travel ball from like a very, very young age. And like that was how their development came along. But at Defiance, it was like you just had this stable of all these guys that were kind of like on a program and knew how to. You didn't have to go to, like a personal coach or pay somebody or go on an all-star team. It was just like part of the culture of the city. And you really don't realize how unique that is until you like, get out of the city. And so, yeah, it is. It's a testament to the program that was built.
Yeah. Defiance community. No doubt about it.
And I appreciate you guys busting your ass all those years. I got to come over and piggyback off it.
Hey,
I gotta say,
because I ain't going to no winter workouts. I'll tell you that.
Coach Held, what was AK's NIL deal to Kevin come over?
I do gotta say that
he does want back pay. He didn't think it was fair, treated fairly. But,
I'll tell you what it was. They got me a high school degree. That's what I needed. They put me in all the the coaches' classes.
there is one more Vittorio player that's going to be around, but he's going to be in green and white. So,
well, I'm still working on that. We
got to get that switched, and I miss it.
Go Dogs. Gabe had him saying "Go Dogs" last week on the screen. So Gabe said, "I got a sliver here. Got a sliver."
I will say this about this team. So obviously next year, 2013, Defiance goes on and wins the state championship. Of course, you guys are out there running after winning the state championship, and Gurbanat's down on the field waiting to interview you. I'm standing there with him. He's trying to fill airtime, and he looks over at me. He goes, "Come on the radio." So I'm on the radio with him, and he's like, he was talking about the Weston kind of emerging that year. He went 10-0 and Robbie just kind of elevating his game. And he looks at me, he goes, I'm not saying that I didn't think that Defiance could win a state championship in 2013. He goes, but I sure as heck thought that 2012 team was going to get there and win one. That's one of the best teams that I've ever seen. And I told him, I said, yeah, it just reminds me of '05. You guys were that good on the cusp. You had everything, and it just didn't work out. And when I see Goobs, he and I still talk about that. So
no,
yeah.
you're spot on. I mean, obviously, Coach Held and I talk about this all the time. Our two most talented teams were '05 and 2012, and I don't think it's close. Obviously, people argue the three teams that won the state title, but those two didn't make it to state. But the talent on '05 and 12 was amazing, and I remember the loss to Walpock in 12 was a tough one, and I remember coming home, and it was probably 3 hours after I got home, and I'm in my basement watching TV. My wife comes down, and is like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Why? And it's like, "I've just never seen you take a loss this hard." And I'm like, this is the most talented team we're ever going to have here again. If we can't win it all this year, like we ain't never winning it here. And ironically, then we win 3 out of the next 4. But I mean, in all honesty, I thought if we can't win it all with this team, like we're never going to have a better team. I mean, they were so talented, so good. I mean, we had every piece in that team, but we've said it before. That's kind of baseball. That happens in baseball,
Well, the 2013 guys will say the same thing about the credit you guys, your senior group, led the way, and they got some breaks that you guys didn't get, some other teams didn't get, and you got to get breaks, man. And it's crazy, but what a team! What a team!
Well, especially with one game playoffs,
yes,
I mean? Not when you don't have series, it's a different ball game.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about this next week, but they got no hit and won a tournament game. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember that.
You should have saved that for next week.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to get breaks like that, right?
Yeah, that's all. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it a great game.
It was fun.
Well, before we get on here, guys, anybody want to share any more? Yeah, you guys are great. Anybody want to share any more stories before we call this episode over?
Just appreciate you having us, Tim.
Yeah,
a lot of fun and
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. This is fun. Great catching up. Hey, thanks for showing up too, Mark. That's added a little bit there. You didn't want Nick to steal all the thunder with the Vittorials there. I mean,
Yeah.
And so, Nick, I think you should ask Rick the question that you asked him on the comments for episode 6. Who was the best Vittorio?
Oh, that was Gabe.
Gabe. Oh, it was Gabe.
See,
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was you asking that. That's
Tim,
my bad.
Tim,
I'll never answer that. I love both Vittorios.
Tim, I don't have to answer that. I don't have to ask that question. I already know the answer.
It's
Same,
Mark,
same,
right?
same thing for the favorite Gentili, right, Coach? Coach.
Right, Coach?
Add
that to the comments, Joe.
Than you did, Joe.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, man, it was great to see you guys. It was great talking to you. It really was. Brought back some great memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
stay in contact. Beers on me when you see me.
I said me,
over.
Coach.
Take care, guys.
See you
Thanks a lot.
guys.
Take care.
See you guys. Thanks, Tim.
Bye.